Good morning, everyone. I've listened to that long enough. Later on today, I'm going to figure out how to hook up an intro video to StreamYards to play before the stream starts. Somehow. Lisa, Jean, Light Feather, it's good to see you. Southern Mom. Let's see who else. 411 now. Beach Bum, TC. Never lose hope. I'm glad to see my regular crew in here. Someone I've been missing this week is Julie Jacquin. So, Julie, if you listen to the replay, I'm worried about you because you're usually in the stream almost every morning. Now, I do understand people have got real lives outside of YouTube. They can't be in every stream, but when I don't see my regular people in here, I worry about them. I forget a lot, but I do notice when certain people are not in the chat, my regulars. Hey, Kelly Carter. Good morning. Greetings from North Carolina. Oh, Kelly, I just got through watching, it was last night. So I watched a video of this guy in North Carolina, and these black bears come up on his porch every day, and he's just sitting there. They're used to being around humans. I noticed that they had collars on their necks, like GPS trackers. So cool. I'd love to live in North Carolina, to be honest. We got black bears here. Just it seems like there's more down in Tennessee and North Carolina. Anyways, I was trying to record Travis McMichael's and Gregory McMichael's hearings this morning. I got their hearings recorded. I got some of, what's his name? Rodney Bryan. Some of his recorded, and I was like, gosh, this is taking forever. His lawyer was saying all kinds of crap about masks and all this and that, irrelevant crap, making it just drag on and on. And they had more motions the judge had to rule on. So I was like, crap, I'm just going to go live and I'll finish it later. Morning, Marie. Their last hearing took like all day long. I don't even know if my phone would record that long. Hey, Brooks Channel. Faithful one. So, guys, y'all know every morning I get up, fix my coffee, I go let out my animals, then I look at the true crime, the headlines. Well, what did I see this morning when I got on there? Chris Watts and Jake Patterson. And I was like, what the crap? What the hell's going on? They're BFFs in prison. I kid you not. They read Bible passages together. Are you freaking kidding me? Can you believe this? Chris is holier than thou. He's a Bible thumper. And I don't mean that in a bad way to anybody that goes to church, but I call Bible thumpers personally people that preach the Bible and are big sinners, which I know everybody's sinners, but like Chris Watts, he just so happened to find religion after he got put in prison for life, after he murdered his beautiful pregnant wife and his 2 daughters. Yeah, they're BFFs in prison. I'm going to read y'all the article. At the end of this article, it says something about Chris sending letters home. Made me sick. I'm not going to say it right now. I'm going to read y'all the article. Will, you need to do a video on this. You covered the Watts case so good. It says, killer Chris Watts and Jamie Kloss kidnapper Jake Patterson, best friends in prison. Well, it don't say best friends. It says prison friends. Read Bible passages together. Twisted killers, Chris Watts and Jake Patterson, are apparently friends behind bars, according to a report from Mail Online. According to a book entitled The Perfect Father, Colorado killer Chris Watts, who's in prison for killing his pregnant wife and 2 daughters, met Wisconsin killer Jake Patterson at the Dodge Correctional Institute in Wisconsin. Patterson is behind bars for kidnapping then 13-year-old Jamie Kloss after shooting both her parents dead in their home. The killers reportedly became such good friends that Watts helped Patterson calm his hot temper while reading Bible passages to him at night. The pair reportedly discussed and dissected the passages afterwards. Yeah, right. When they go out for rec, other prisoners would start yelling at them, and Patterson would start yelling things back. Author John Glatt told Mail Online, Christopher told him, "Don't do that. Just calm down." During the downtimes, Watts reportedly sends letters to his parents so they can read them aloud at his daughter's burial sites. Are you freaking kidding me? You killed those girls, you sick son of a bitch. We go to the grave sites, read them out. They're beautiful letters that brought tears to my eyes, the killer's mother, Cindy Watts, reportedly said. I never knew my son because he never expressed emotion. It was hard for him to verbalize, but he can write it down on paper. Yeah, right. Watts' daughter, let's just say this, Shanann's daughter, Bella 4, Celeste 3, were found stuffed in oil tanks after Watts murdered them. His wife, Shanann Watts, was found buried nearby. She had been strangled to death. Watts initially claimed to detectives that he had killed his wife in a rage after he saw her strangle their 2 daughters. But in early November 2018, Watts made an unexpected guilty plea, admitting to killing all 3, along with Shanann's unborn son. Shortly after the claim, Watts told investigators where to find the bodies of his wife and daughters. Watts revealed in February that Bella and Celeste were still alive when he drove with them in their mother's body to an oil field where he worked. After killing the children, Watts dropped their bodies into the oil tanks, which reportedly had very narrow openings. Watts admitted he strangled his pregnant wife when she told him that he wouldn't see his children anymore, in response to his confession of having an affair. Meanwhile, Jamie Kloss, hailed a hero after escaping Patterson's secluded home in Gordon, Wisconsin, is healing from the traumatic experience with the help of family and friends. She now lives with her aunt in Barron County. You know, I don't really think they should put out where Jamie Kloss lives. I think everybody already knows, but I'm just saying. After what she's been through. Patterson forced his way into Jamie Kloss's home in October 2018, shot Jamie's father, James Kloss, in the head, then forced Jamie's mother, Denise Kloss, to put tape over Jamie's mouth, while he taped the girl's arms and ankles together. With Jamie secure, Patterson aimed the shotgun at Denise's head and pulled the trigger. He then dragged the girl out of her home. At one point, she almost slipped in her father's pool of blood as Patterson dragged her with one hand while holding a shotgun in his other hand. When Patterson reached his car, he put Jamie in the trunk and drove away. Once he had Jamie secluded, Patterson made it clear that nobody was to know she was there or bad things would happen to her. When friends or relatives visited the Gordon home where Jamie was held captive, Patterson made her hide under a bed. Jamie managed to escape on January 10, 2019, after spending 88 days hidden in Patterson's home. Both Watts and Patterson will remain behind bars without parole for life. Boy, they're just 2 peas in a pod, aren't they? Cold-blooded killers. Finding jailhouse religion. Chris Watts, he thinks he's just a regular Baptist preacher, don't he? Hey, Remy. Hey, Red Ram. Happy B-Day, CC. Is it her birthday, Remy? It's getting close to little CC's birthday, isn't it? One of them had a birthday in the summer. I can't remember which one. At first, when I saw your comment, I thought, well, it's not my birthday. I got confused. It's little CC Watts, I think, or Bella's one. Hey, Soccer Mom of One. Good morning. Can you believe this crap? Can you believe the shit that comes out of Cindy Watts' mouth? Oh, they're beautiful letters. Was it beautiful when he was killing them and stuffing them in oil tanks? Was that beautiful, lady? No, it wasn't. He is not a beautiful person. He don't write anything beautiful. He only has regrets because his ass is sitting in prison for the rest of his life. He got, what, 2 or 3 life sentences? Jake Patterson's not sorry either. They're only sorry they got caught. They're all sorry when they get cuffed and stuffed. And no, they're not getting out. Life in prison turned to religion. Yeah. Yeah, but are they doing it for the right reasons? If they was out of prison, would they still carry on with the religion? Hell no, most of them. Hell no. Back in the day when I was on drugs, I got in a little trouble, misdemeanor probation violation. Anyways, I had to go to jail about 90 days. Them girls in there, there was this lady that would come on Wednesday nights and they'd go to Bible study. As soon as they get back from Bible study, they was cussing and going on, acting crazy. They just went to that Bible study to get out of the damn pod. I didn't attend that because I'm not a hypocrite. Try not to be one. That's why I always don't buy that jailhouse religion crap. Hey, Sandra. Sandra, I'm going to call you Sandra. Okay, it says Sandra. I think it's Sandra. Yeah, she's a nut. Do you think she really goes to the gravesite and reads those letters? The nerve of her. Like, I know those are her grandkids, and she can't help what Chris did. Right? I mean, she didn't tell him to murder his family, as far as I know. But, just the way she acts and the things she says just runs all over me. The apple didn't fall far from the tree. Let's just put it that way. Out of that family, I would say that Ronnie Watts is the best one out of the bunch. I thought Chris Watts was appealing his conviction. Yeah, I heard that too. It's not going to do me good. It's not going to do him any good at all. Cindy Watts thinks he got railroaded because he pleaded guilty. He didn't have no choice. He could have got the death penalty, which they don't execute many people in Colorado anymore. It just makes me sick. Chris Watts and Jake Patterson, BFFs. Jesus Christ. What a pair. What a pair. Let me look at my live chat for a minute. I've just been seeing the top chat. Oh no, my phone's... Let me close out some of my windows here. My phone's wanting to act weird. I believe I'm going to have to buy a new phone, guys. I've had this for 2 years, and it's tearing up on me. Well, I can't get back into my live chat for a second. I'm going to have to restart my phone, so I'll only be able to see top chat. I don't think she reads those letters because she's delusional, and if those babies want to hear those letters, why would they want to hear letters from the man that killed them? Appeal and conviction is stupid, I agree. Yeah, 2 peas in a pod. Ronnie Watts is henpecked. Yeah. Well, you know what? If Cindy Watts should have done something for her son back when he was growing up, if she saw that he had trouble expressing his emotions and stuff, I think he's just like her, to be honest. Man, she is a witch. She really is. I think she just used to make jabs at Shanann just to get Shanann pissed off. No wonder Shanann didn't like her. I'd say Shanann did a few things to get under Cindy's skin, too. It takes 2 people in a relationship. But there's nothing that Shanann and the girls could have did that, make them deserve to be brutally murdered by the man that's supposed to love and protect them. Shout out to @Rat. Welcome to the chat, friend. Hey, welcome. I don't even see that person. My phone's acting like Really weird. Okay, it's restarted now. Oh my gosh. See if I can get back here. Okay, back in my live chat. Cindy hated Shan, wouldn't even go to their wedding. Let's not forget that. Exactly, Will. You know, even if you really didn't care for your son or daughter's partner that they're going to marry, wouldn't you still go to the wedding because you love your child? You want to support them? When my brother got married, the second time, my oldest brother, my mom, I didn't go to the wedding. I was being a bitch because I knew he was making a bad mistake. But my mom didn't like her either, but my mom went on because that's her son, right? She was there to support him. Right. Hello and welcome. I'm sorry I timed you out. Hey, crap happens. Sometimes people get timed out on accident. If you get timed out here, you've been a long time subscriber of mine, you should know it's an accident. Like, I was trying to end my stream the other day. My Chromebook kind of froze up, and I timed my own moderator out. Shine on. I'm trying to see this person. Why can't I see them? I do not see them at all in the chat. Maybe it's because they got timed out. I know there's no one in my block list by that name. I was just in there the other day. Oh, there they are. Okay. Oh my gosh, they must have pet rats. Hey, that's cool. I'm good, Rat. How are you? Sitting here bitching about Chris Watts and his evil mother. Okay, let me get my notepad and see what else we're going to talk about today. Oh, there's a missing Texas teen. I think she ran away. Veronica Montiel. She's 14 years old. She's on some type of medication. She left her house. She's been gone a month. She left her house. She took her cell phone. She took a stuffed animal and left her medication behind. Now, it's not saying what kind of medication, but it is saying that she does need the medication. Hey, there's Julie. I was paging you earlier. Your ears was probably burning. I believe it was this morning. I was talking to some friends. I was like, I have not seen Julie. I'm worried about her. Or Haley. Haley Turner, if you're listening, shoot me a message. I've been worrying about you, girl. You've been pregnant and all. Let me pull up this little girl's picture. I want everybody to see her picture. And then we're going to talk about AJ Freund. For anybody that's really not familiar with his case, his mother's getting ready to be sentenced. She murdered him and his father. We're going to go over the timeline of that. After I show this picture, let me screen share. There's some more sicko things I saw in the news this morning I want to share with y'all too. But let me do this little girl's case first. She's cute. She's from Rio Bravo. She's cute as a button. Says extremely concerned. FBI joins search for Texas teen who vanished over a month ago. Oh, Jesus, something on the side just caught my eye. Woman tries to chop off fiance's head. Said she wanted to take off his property after she killed him. We'll read that next. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Federal agents have joined the search for a missing Texas teen and are asking the public's help in locating her. 14-year-old Veronica Montiel, I did look up how to pronounce her name. It's Spanish. Was last seen near her home in Rio Bravo on June 6th. The precise circumstances of her disappearance are not known. But the report states that she left home without her clothes or money, taking only a cell phone, a charger, and a stuffed animal. The girl reportedly has a medical condition that requires medication, but she did not take medicine with her. The FBI San Antonio Division's Laredo Resident Agency Office has asked for the public's help in locating Veronica. Her family is extremely concerned for her. I like that name, Veronica. Veronica Montiel is described as 5 feet 3 inches tall and weighs about 115 pounds. She has black hair and dark brown eyes. Oh, she's the same height as me. Anyone with the information is urged to call the FBI San Antonio Division at 210-225-6741. Those who have tips but wish to remain anonymous can submit a tip through the FBI website. Okay. Now, we all know when we hear stories like this, just because the cops were told that she left home and took her cell phone charger and a stuffed animal, don't really mean she left home on her own. I'm always suspicious of the parents. Always. Hey, Ariana. Me too. I've been following this little missing boy from Philadelphia too, Ariana, King Hill. His mother or the babysitter or the stepfather one's involved. Now, the kid had been at the stepfather's. He allegedly sent little King back with the babysitters to be dropped off at the mom's. The mom says the babysitter never brought him. But a witness did see him walking on the street in Philadelphia, I think it's 31st and Page Street, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just wondering if the babysitter really did drop off the little boy and the mother let him wander off somewhere. We'll have to wait and find out, I guess. I hope they find Veronica, though. I'm just wondering, what kind of medicine is she on? It could be seizure medicine. It could be anything. Hey, is Haley in here? Oh, Haley. I was talking about you this morning. I was worried about you. Woman tries to chop off fiance's head. Says she wanted to take all his property after she killed him. She looks familiar to me. Jesus, little squirrels, calm down. All they do is fight. An Oklahoma woman's behind bars after she reportedly tried to cut off a man's head in their McAllister home. Crystal Haworth, 30, showed up to the Pittsburgh County Sheriff's Office covered in blood on Wednesday and admitted numerous times she tried to cut off 57-year-old Leonard Broke-Shoulder's head during an argument inside their home. She told them it was not her blood. McAllister Police Lieutenant Preston Rogers told the outlet. What a freaking psycho. Investigators went to the residence off of G Street and Polk Avenue, where they found the victim unconscious with numerous stab wounds across his body and a cut across his neck, which nearly decapitated him, according to a sworn affidavit. Oh my gosh. He was later pronounced dead by medics from the McAllister Fire Department. Hayworth allegedly admitted to investigators that she had been engaged to Broke-Shoulder for a few months and planned to kill him and take off his property. On Thursday, Haworth, whatever you say, was charged with first-degree murder. Her bond is set at $1 million. Lenny was loved by his family, and he will forever be missed, the victim's family member said in a statement. We are heartbroken and shocked by the event that transpired. We expect that this woman would be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Our lives will forever be changed by this horrific crime. Let's go back and look at her picture. I thought she had bruises on her. I guess that's dried blood. So if I can get these ads down. Look at that freaking nut. What in the world's wrong with her hair? Guess she worked up a sweat doing all that killing. Hey, Karen. When I first saw that, I thought it was going to say she cut off his penis, but she tried to cut off his head. Crazy. Hey, Cheryl. Was she on drugs? At least she offered a closed case to the prosecutors, talking so much. Yeah, she will definitely be going to prison. She'll definitely be found guilty. I mean, crap, she walks into the police station. You can see the dried blood on her. When I first saw that picture, I thought it was bruises. But it's dried blood. There's something wrong with her. Okay, if she killed him, if she planned on killing him and taking his property, why didn't she finish getting rid of the body? Why did she go to the police station and confess? Which I'm glad that she did, but most people don't walk in and confess to a crime. Soccer mom of one wrong head, Cece. Yeah, I don't mean to laugh. Your comment cracked me up. Poor man. Sounds like what? Hey, Barry Mary. Sounds like what Jodi Arias did to Travis. She about decapitated him. She slit his throat so bad. Oh gosh, my stomach's hurting. Let's see if we can watch this. Finish watching this live. It says watch live. 3 alleged murderers. I was watching it on TMZ this morning. I don't reckon we'll get a strike from Crime Online if we play this. I'll just not monetize the video. Maybe that'll work. It may not play. I think on StreamYards, you have to pull up the video and kind of get it playing maybe like a little bit before you try to screen share. Let's just, let's forget that for a second. I'm all over this, y'all. Okay. It was trying to take me to Facebook live stream. I don't have I deleted my Facebook. I've got half of that hearing for Ahmaud Arbery's accused killers. Well, they did kill him. I got half of that recorded. It was going to take forever, and I had to go live, so I had to quit recording. StreamYards acts so weird anymore. When I try to take people's comments down, it doesn't want to let me. It's like the weirdest thing ever. I saw something really sick this morning, guys. A doorbell camera, a neighbor's doorbell camera, caught a 19-year-old woman molesting 2 little boys. I think they were ages 5 and 6. Those doorbell cameras come in handy. She knew these boys. She had been molesting them for a while. Let me find that. It's sick. Anyone 19 years old knows better than that crap. Any teenager does. It's just not normal. Sickos. I don't know how adults can do that to children. I'll never understand it. I've been reading Mary Kay Letourneau, a book about her. Beach Bum sent me. I can't put it down. I'm like at chapter 30 or something. And this was not a beautiful love story as Mary Kay tried to portray it all of her damn life. It's not a beautiful love story. She's a sex predator. She sexually abused that boy, really. When you start getting into this book and you read from, it starts from before Mary Kay was even born. It goes through how her parents met, their wedding, their life, having all the kids, blah, 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 all through her life up until, she molested her 6th grade student. This woman was not right in the head at all. When I get done with this book, I'm going to do a review of it. It's so good, y'all. I mean, it's just like so interesting just learning about her life and how she thought and stuff. I can't put it down. It's like watching a movie. That's what I was doing all yesterday evening, reading. It was too hot to go outside. Okay, doorbell camera films woman sexually abusing 2 young boys. This is in Washington State. She was arrested Tuesday after a doorbell camera reportedly caught her sexually abusing 2 young boys. Now, I don't know if I can say this right. Yakima police responded to an apartment complex Tuesday afternoon after a resident reported that her doorbell camera filmed a woman performing sexual acts on two boys. The responding officer was directed to the suspect, identified as Mia Lopez, 19, who was still at the complex. I think that's how you say her name, Mia. I went to school with a girl named Mia. She spelled it like that. Yakima police, okay. I already said that. Okay, so the police said that Lopez attempted to run away, but an officer took her to the ground. The suspect allegedly then tried to resist arrest by moving her arms around. The victims are reportedly between the ages of 5 and 9. Oh, my bad. I thought it was 5 and 6. Lopez isn't a stranger to the victims. Most of the time when kids are molested, it is from a family member or a family friend, someone close to the family. So she has been charged with first-degree rape and obstruction of law enforcement. She remains jailed. Sick bitch. Hey, is Emmett Shoes in here? I didn't see him. Jay, Mommy. Hey, welcome. Y'all gonna talk after class? Is it the one called If Loving You Is Wrong? KDF, yes. It is the one called If Loving You Is Wrong, the book I'm reading. Oh, it's so good. I'm so glad that Beach Bum, a.k.a. Jamie, sent it to me. Mark's very grateful, too. It's kept me offline. My crap ain't wanting to share, right? Hey, there was a live streamer he's a Facebook live streamer. I believe this is in Vegas. Let me see if I can get it loaded up. It says, I've never heard of this word either. Goads homeless man into fatal backflip. Yes, it is in Las Vegas. It says Las Vegas police on Tuesday arrested a man who encouraged a homeless man to do a backflip for $6 last month, live streaming it in a terrifying video on Facebook. As the man lands on his neck, lays motionless on the ground with a broken neck. Larry Connor, 55, died 10 days later from spinal injury. Keontae, I think that's how you say his name, Jones, 28, has been charged with willfully disregard of a person's safety. In the video, Jones films as he and others around him laugh for 10 minutes while people attend to Connor, who barely moves and cannot sit up on his own. I don't know if that's a typo or what, but above it says Larry Connor, 55. Down here it's calling him Comer. Jones' viewers laugh as well, but as Connor stays down longer, more people watching start calling for Jones to attend to him. Instead, Jones keeps laughing, repeatedly flashing the $6 he said he'd give Connor if he landed the backflip, then laughing harder as he says he landed on his head. Some people will do anything for views. The incident started, according to Las Vegas police, when Connor asked Jones for money. As Jones puts it on the video, he agreed if Connor would land a backflip at the beginning of the video. Connor does 2 cartwheels and then attempts the backflip, landing hard on his head. Hold on. Are you leaving? I guess Mark's leaving. He was trying to say something. I had to put up my hand to him to stop. Don't interrupt me. Let me share this guy's mugshot. Some people do anything for views. It's all about views and likes and stuff. I don't see, I never did get like the Jackass show movie and stuff, how people thought it was funny seeing other people get hurt. That's not funny. Not funny at all. So this is the Facebook live streamer. I didn't notice that live streaming on Facebook was such a big deal. See, after this man was hurt, this guy just kept laughing and laughing. He thought it was so funny. This man was probably hungry. He was a homeless man. He probably would have done anything for a few bucks just to get something to eat. Bless his heart. He says, he sleep. Jones laughs as he walks towards the prone man. He hit a backflip and went to sleep. That the N word, landed on his neck. Jones laughs, telling the group not to call an ambulance. Look at him. Look at him. An older woman stays with Connor for much of the video, apparently calling 911. Jones wanders over, still laughing. He never stops, flashes the $6, and says he'd give it to Connor, but the woman would steal it. Bro, it's so funny, he says. I knew it was going to be antics, though. Oh, shit. That shit was funny, bro. At one point, Jones says he's never seen anything funnier. Really? You got a sick sense of humor, buddy. Police said Connor was taken to the hospital, underwent surgery, but died on June 30th. A member of Connor's family brought the incident to the attention of law enforcement, who launched an investigation. Jones has been released on bond. You mean the family had to bring this to the attention of law enforcement when an ambulance was called? You mean police didn't show up? I don't know if they have the video on here, but I don't even want to watch the video. It is sick the way some people treat homeless people, people that are less fortunate than them, take advantage of vulnerable people. This man was probably hungry. His belly was probably hungry, and he was just trying to make $6. And after he got hurt, this guy just stands there and laughs, keeps recording. His audience, his chat keeps laughing. Sick. I'm glad I don't got a chat like that. See what else is going on. I must not have realized it yesterday what AJ Friend's mother said in court. Maybe I did read it and don't remember. But at JoAnn Cunningham's sentencing, she had pleaded guilty, of course. She said she would do anything in the world to have little JJ back. Yeah, right. I'm going to read y'all this article. JoAnn Cunningham, I hope she gets her karma in prison. She is a monster. She's not even a woman. She's not even a woman. A sentencing for an Illinois woman who pleaded guilty to killing her 5-year-old son in April 2019 began Thursday with testimony from neighbors, audio tapes of the boy arguing with his mother, and the mother's own testimony that she would do anything to have him back. JoAnn Cunningham changed her plea from not guilty to guilty last December and faces up to 60 years in prison. Cunningham is expected to be sentenced for the death of Andrew Freund Jr., known as AJ, on Friday when the hearing is complete. The Herald said that an audio tape recorded about 2 weeks before AJ's death brought tears to Cunningham and members of the boy's family as he tells his mother he wants bad people to hurt her, so she'll leave him and his brother with his father. I don't want a family, AJ says. You don't have one, Cunningham responds. Do you really think your dad would choose you over me and your brother? Shut up. Why do you want those bad people to hurt me, she asks. So I don't ever have to see you again, he replies. Bless his heart. Police officers testified about their interviews with Cunningham after the 911 call and before they learned AJ was already dead. They told of text messages she and AJ's father, Andrew Friend Sr., exchanged, talking as if AJ was still alive when they knew he was dead. A forensic pathologist told about AJ's injuries. He received multiple injuries to his head. His brain is swelling. Mark Wittek said, "It's a pretty bad case. Not the worst I've seen, but it's pretty bad," he said. Neighbors told the court they had seen AJ with dark bruises for years, black eyes, cuts, and scrapes. One neighbor said he saw the boy on Halloween with bandages, only to learn that it wasn't a costume. He was burned by scalding water. Cunningham said she accidentally spilled on him. That bitch. And there was Cunningham. This statement right here, I'm going to tell you, it's going to make me mad after I read it. That made me mad the first time I read it. Just warning y'all. There was Cunningham. "I had the privilege of having AJ as a son," she said. "I love him. I miss him. There's nothing I wouldn't do to bring him back." Excuse me. "Anyone who truly knows me knows how much I love being a mother more than anything in the world. Being a mother defines me. My children gave me a purpose. I miss them so much." You miss beating on AJ. That's what you miss. You have regret now because your ass has been cuffed and stuffed, and they're going to send you away to a prison cell and throw away the damn key. You're never going to leave that place, lady. You berated that child. You tortured him. I wish they'd give me 5 minutes with her. I wouldn't need 5 minutes, but I want to inflict some pain on her, what she did to little AJ. God almighty. "I would give my life to have AJ back. This is something I will never escape. I hope, lady, every time you close your eyes, you see little AJ's face. Every time. I hope you never sleep another night in your life." I usually don't wish bad things on people, but people like this, I have no empathy for at all. Cunningham and Freund Sr. are accused of killing the boy on April 15, 2019, forcing him to remain in a cold shower for an extended period of time, and beating him, then putting him to bed and locking him in his room where he died. Freund Sr. allegedly buried him in a shallow grave the next day. Investigators found AJ's lifeless body on rural land in Woodstock, Illinois. The boy was wrapped in plastic and placed in a shallow grave. The discovery came on April 25th, exactly 1 week after Andrew Freund Sr. reported his son missing on April 18th. The man called 911 and told the dispatcher that he couldn't find AJ and explained the last time he saw him was the previous night in their home off of Doyle Avenue in Crystal Lake. Every time a kid's missing and you hear parents say that, they're involved. More than likely, they're involved. 99.9% of the time, my opinion. Cunningham was initially charged with 5 counts of murder, 4 counts of aggravated battery, 2 counts of aggravated domestic battery, 1 count of failure to report a missing or child death. She pleaded guilty to a single count of first-degree murder, and the other charges were dropped. The plea deal offers no opportunity for parole. That's bullcrap. The other charges shouldn't have been dropped. Now, Freund Sr. has been charged with 5 counts of murder, 2 counts of aggravated battery, 1 count of aggravated domestic battery, 2 counts of concealment of homicidal death, 1 count of failure to report a missing child or child death. He remains in jail awaiting trial, and I really do hope it goes to trial because I'm going to be watching this. It's one of the first kids' cases I really got wrapped up into after I started my YouTube channel. It's really close to my heart. Piece of shit. These are animals, not people. Hey, she treated the family dog better than she treated AJ very Mary. See, JoAnn's got an older son that was older than AJ. His grandmother's got him. Because she was abusive to him, too. This woman abused her kids for years. I'm not so sure about AJ's younger brother. I always felt like little AJ, basically had to give his life to protect his brother, get his siblings away from those monsters. You should have seen the inside of that house. I was looking at photos again this morning. The inside of that house wasn't fit for rats to live in. Big sewer rats wasn't even fit for them to live in. It was disgusting. AJ's room, when investigators went into it, the smell about knocked them down, and the window was open. The smell of urine. His mattress was soaked in urine. I believe they actually tied him to the bed sometimes. He'd pee in the bed. She would beat him for peeing in the bed. The stupid bitch didn't have, excuse my language, didn't have enough sense to know he was peeing in the bed because he's terrified. Monsters. She'd give anything to have AJ back. Being a mother was her whole life. Really, lady? You beat on your kids. You just want kids to beat on. I hope when you had that baby in jail, they didn't even let you lay your eyes on it because you don't deserve to look at that little baby. Or AJ's little brother. What's AJ's little brother's name? I forgot. Crap, I've about timed somebody out. I'm with you, CC. I always suspect the parents because they are freaking right. Every time you hear that a kid disappeared from their bed, more than likely it's the parents. Now, there has been cases like such as Elizabeth Smart. She is taken from her bed. I just watched that movie the other day. What was it called? It was some kind of series on Lifetime. Maybe it was Surviving Evil. Something like that. No. Let's see. I was trying to read. Hey, Emma. I'll give you a recap, Emma. Give me 1 second. Hey, Tremaine. From me to my blonde. He meant blonde baller. Thanks, Tremaine. I appreciate it so much. You guys with your super chats has helped me out so much this month. Really. All these animals cost me a fortune. And I'm just very grateful to all of you that support me. I really am. Okay. So I'm going to give Emma, I love your name, by the way, a recap. So Chris Watts and Jake Patterson are best friends in prison. They're in prison together in Wisconsin, Dodge Correctional Facility, I believe. And they read Bible passages together. Chris reads them Bible passages, and then they dissect the Bible passages. Freaking weirdos. They got jailhouse religion. There's nothing weird about, reading the Bible. I'm just saying they're weirdos. Basically, Chris has just took him under his wing and trying to teach him the word of God. Jake, used to, when he would go out to the rec area, other prisoners would be yelling at him and he would yell things back to them. But, since he's got Chris mentoring him now, he's trying to get his anger under control. Isn't that a bunch of bullshit? 2 peas in a pod. And also, according to Cindy Watts, Chris writes beautiful letters, sends them to her, and she takes them to Bella and Cece's graves and reads them. Beautiful letters, she said. That woman is. She is freaking psycho. If my son did something like that, I would not say stuff like that publicly. Oh, thank you, Will. Well, then here's another one for you, CC. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Hey, Kat. It's good to see you. How you been? Is Black Rose in here? Hey, Black Rose. What happened to Ariana's cousin? I'm just going back through the chat. See, they keep all those prisoners, those high-profile prisoners like Chris Watts, Jake Patterson. They just keep them together, separate from the regular prison population. Protective custody, where they put the child molesters. Stupid Cindy Watts, yeah. Said Chris's letters were beautiful. He never knew how to express his emotions, like speaking, but he could do it through writing. Well, lady, if you thought that your kid growing up was having trouble expressing his emotions, you should have took him therapy. I would my son. Been working back on night shift. I used to work evening shift. I think I liked working evening shift a little bit better, which, I just went in like at 5, got off about 11:30. That way I could enjoy my days, do any errands before I had to go to work. Let me get back to, let me stop screen share a second. So we can read exactly what Cindy said. I read it earlier. People had just come in. When I caught on Crime Online this morning and I saw Chris Watts and Jake Patterson's pictures side by side, my mouth hung open. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Chris Watts, Jamie Kloss kidnapper, Jake Patterson, prison friends, read Bible passages together. They're so crazy. That's not going to help them. Y'all can read the Bible all you want. You ain't going nowhere. You'll be sitting there forever. You might go to another prison. That's about it. I just want to read what Cindy said here. Okay. It's what Cindy says. First it says, during other downtimes, Watts reportedly sends letters to his parents so they can read them aloud at his daughter's burial sites. We go to the grave sites and read them out. They're beautiful letters and brought tears to my eyes. The killer's mother, Cindy Watts, reportedly said, I never knew my son because he never expressed emotions. It was hard for him to verbalize, but he can write it down on paper. Honey, he's a day late and $1 short, sweetheart. Nobody cares about his emotions. I do not care how he's feeling. I do not care what happens to that man. I'm just being honest, keeping it real. I don't care. He could rot in hell for all I care. He could fall over right now. Hell, I'd probably celebrate. Actually, I think he needs to sit in prison the rest of his life. Should have got the death penalty. But a lot of people's told me being in prison the rest of their life with no parole is better than the death penalty because they got to suffer there for the rest of their life for years. But I think they got it made in federal prison pretty much. I had a friend years ago that went to the federal penitentiary. He was gone about 6 years selling pot. And he had a TV in his room. He told me he had paid for cable. He had ice cream. He had a mini fridge. Yeah, he had a TV and cable. He explained the TV to me. It's like clear. Well, back then, that's before flat screens became, a big thing. So I don't know what they got now, but, it was like the old school TVs, but it was like, the back of it was clear. It wasn't black. I guess so they couldn't hide anything inside of it or something. Yeah, they got it made in the shade. They got gyms. They got swim pools. Weight rooms. They can do crafts. Get good food. I think being on death row would be a better punishment because they're isolated. You can't really communicate with other cellmates when they're on death row, I don't think. Yeah, I've seen them on prison TV shows. Yeah, so Jen, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, thank you, Black Rose. I got a little video of Sonny. I may put it up later. I was just spying on him this morning, just watching him. If I had a child and harmed them, yeah, I bet my parents would hate me. They'd probably bury me in the basement if I screwed up that bad. I don't even know how I would react to that if my son did something like that. God forbid. I know he never would. But can you imagine having a child and them growing up to be a serial killer, child molester, child killer, serial rapist? Can you imagine that? You know, I try not to be too hard on these killers, parents, and stuff, because I do realize you cannot control what a grown adult does. But with Cindy Watts, it's different because of the way she came out and bashed Shanann. Right after Shanann and the girls' bodies were found, she did a freaking interview. Woman didn't even have enough sense to wear a nice shirt, wear a stupid sweatshirt. I mean, come on. I'm a country girl, but you know, I'd put a nice blouse on, dress something. Anyway, sitting there bashing Shanann, making excuses for Chris. It don't matter if Shanann was controlling, if she was bossy, if everything had to be her way. It don't make a damn to me. She didn't deserve to be murdered, and the girls damn sure didn't deserve it. You know, like Miss Mensa does these videos talking about Chris Watts being a battered husband. Are you freaking serious, lady? Yes, men can be battered and abused. Is she freaking serious? I cannot stand that woman. Cindy Watts is a narcissist. Yeah, did y'all hear her interview on Miss Mensa's channel? She's not Miss Mensa no more. She's Lady Justice something another. But she did an interview with Cindy Watts, and they're trying to say that Chris was a battered husband. Now, I know that men can be abused as well as women, but Chris Watts was not a battered husband. Chris Watts just didn't have no gonads. He didn't know how to voice his opinion. If he didn't like something Shanann was doing, or he thought she was too bossy, he should have spoke up and said something. There's no excuse for murdering Shanann and their beautiful girls. No excuse. Busy bee mom. Oh, do you keep bees? I just saw her comment. Let me see if I can find it. Now I can't even see it. See if I can scroll back up. I wanted to read her comment. There it is. Well, Cindy likes Chris Watts made psychopath friend in prison who killed girl, parent, and abducted girl. Yes. They're BFFs, Busy Bee Mommy. Yeah, they read Bible passages together and then dissect them. Chris is his mentor. God, I mean, I about laugh when I say it. Are these people for real? What really gets me is not Chris and Jake being buddies in prison, is Cindy saying that Chris writes beautiful letters and she's got the nerve to take those letters to Bella and Cece's grave and read them. Are you freaking kidding me? He murdered them. Bella watched him murder Cece. She said, Daddy, are you going to do the same thing to me? She did to Cece, and he did. Can you imagine what was going through her little mind? Knowing her father was getting ready to murder her. She was smart enough to know. He did something bad to Cece. She watched it. I hope every time he closes his eyes, he sees Shanann, Bella, Cece, and little Nico. Every time. I hope he never sleeps. I hope his mind never rests. Sorry, Cement Shoes, about your arthritis. Hey, Shay Shay. It's funny to have Chris as a mentor. I know. Oh, two of the biggest monsters in America. Two of them. Best friends, BFFs in prison. They need to make them some friendship bracelets. They can take the thread out of the sheets, make them some friendship bracelets. Idiots. I know. The Bible says that any sin can be forgiven except blasphemy. I don't understand that. I don't understand how that works. I'm about afraid to say it, but I don't understand how God can forgive child murderers like that. But it's the way it works, I reckon. I damn sure don't forgive them. I have a hard time with forgiveness anyways, just because of all the stuff I've been through in my life. But personally, I know the Bible says that, but I don't see a child killer getting into heaven. It's just my opinion. Yeah, they need friendship bracelets or soccer mom. You know, those little necklaces, one little part of the charm will say best, and you give the other charm to your friend. One will say best, one will say friend. That's what they need. If you hook those two little charms together, makes like a heart or something. I can't remember. It's been a long time. Me and my friend had one in school. I will never forget Nico and those beautiful girls. That's what brought me to YouTube, guys. The Watts case was happening. I was following it on HLN, Ashley Banfield show. Remember, she used to have that crime show every night for like 2 hours. Then they took that off the air. And the Watts case, he had just been arrested and stuff. So I got on YouTube trying to find more information about the case. And I found Molly Golightly, and I found Will's channel. Let's do the first channels I found in the true crime community. The first live stream I ever saw was Shoot the Shit, that channel. I hate their name. It's a brother and sister duo. But the first live stream I ever typed in was Molly Golightly. She was covering the Watts case. Sandra D, me too. Yeah. I think like a lot of people, like the smile channels in the true crime community, they started because of the Watts case. Yeah, the half of a heart necklace. I have a hard time explaining stuff to images. That's what I meant. The best friends necklaces, yeah. Nobody in heaven will be rubbing elbows with Chris Watts. No, he's not going to be forgiven. I mean, I know the Bible says that, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that killer's going to be in heaven. I'm sorry, but that's just my opinion about it. I think God does forgive for sins, of course. That's why Jesus died on the cross, according to the Bible. But you got to be really remorseful about your sin. And I don't think Chris Watts is remorseful. He's remorseful that he's in prison. That's what he's remorseful for. He wanted his family out of the way because he wanted to be with that tramp. North Korea, as we call her. Molly Golightly named her North Korea. Nicole Kessinger. So I have always called her North Korea after I heard Molly say it. I cannot believe he is friends with creep Jake Patterson, is obsessed with child girl, want her badly sexual. Chris was father to these little girls. He should not be friends with pedos. Yeah. I agree with you. I don't know who's worse, to be honest with you. I think Chris Watts is, I don't know. They're both pretty damn bad. They're running a close race. I don't know who's the worst. I used to watch Blogger with the Job. He did great coverage on Watts, but his channel's gone. 411 now. He done great coverage on Chris Watts. Yeah, he's got some really good videos. Yeah, never lose hope. Yeah, she apologized for that. Yeah, I didn't like that too good when that happened. Of course not. He's not remorseful. I think he likes the structure of prison and no responsibility to anyone. Yeah, Chris likes being bossed around because he can't think for himself. Never seen anyone like him before in my life. The man has no personality, no emotions, and no gonads. You know, he could have, a lot of women, when they're upset and they find out that their husband has been cheating, they're going to say, I'm going to divorce you. I'm going to take everything you've got. I'm not going to let you see the kids. And they say it because they're freaking hurt. Now, a lot of them will be resentful and do all that. But a lot of times women will, or men, will just say that in the heat of the moment because they're hurt. Shanann was pregnant. I'm sure her heart was broken, and Chris just wanted rid of her. He says that he snapped, but in his interview he did in February of, when was that? Was it February 2019? He did that confession when investigators went to the FBI or CBI went to the prison. But he said something like, did I know I was going to wake up that morning and kill them? Yeah, I think that he did. I think he had been thinking about getting rid of them. I really do. I don't know if he planned it to do it that specific morning, but I do think that he had thoughts of killing his family before. And here we got North Korea just out living her best life, honey. She got to change her name and just go on about life. I think she put some stuff in his head, of course. He got in the sack with her, and it drove him crazy. He fell in love. I always took Chris as the type of person that probably hadn't had a lot of experience with women, dating in the sack, not a lot of experience with that. And he met North Korea, and she's a tramp, and she's down for anything. And he fell in love, went to his head. Killing a pregnant woman is an obscenity and irrevocable sin, like what happened to poor Sharon Tate. Unforgivable. Poor Sharon Tate. Gosh. If Sharon had had her baby, it would have lived. I mean, what? She was like 8 months pregnant. I can't believe they did that to her. She pleaded for them not to harm her and the baby. I think one of her friends even pleaded too. Manson family did it anyways. I got my volume up. Hey, Hacks the Planet. Sick B. I hope the next band recognizes her from this case. Hey, some men don't care. Look at Carla, what's her name? Carla Homolka? The Barbie and Ken murders, where she helped her husband kidnap girls and they raped them and filmed them and killed them. They were from Canada. Well, she's out of prison. Guess what? She's married and got kids. One of her kids goes to school, and when some of the parents found out who she was, they didn't want her on school property. I could never be with someone that I knew did something like that. Never. I lived near Sharon Tate when that occurred. Oh, God, Shay, really? How old was you? Well, it ain't none of my business, but I'm just wondering if you was a child, because you don't look very old. Yeah, they killed her own sister. Paul wanted to be with Carla Mocha's sister, and Carla, she worked at a veterinary clinic, so she stole medicine that she could drug her sister with. She's a sick bitch. See, the prosecutors made a plea deal with her, and after they made the deal, then they found the VHS tapes hidden in the wall where she had participated in the rapes and murders. She raped those girls too, just not him. And then you know what? She was planning this big wedding. Carla's sister had just OD'd and died. Her mom and dad was really upset, and she wouldn't let them postpone it. And her sister just passed away. She made them go through with it. Here she came, riding up on her little carriage like she's freaking Cinderella. Lady, you're far from being a princess. I can tell you that. Ugly ass thing. It's called The Deal with the Devil. Yeah. It looks like to me when they make a deal like that and then they find evidence, but this was up in Canada, I believe. Then they find evidence, they should be able to go back on the deal. She should have never been allowed out of prison. Ever. Those two were fire and gasoline together. They were both monsters. He didn't make her that way. He might have had some influence on her, but he didn't make her that way. That was already in her. I've never been that desperate for a man that I'd do anything they said. Plenty of fish in the sea. Men and women both, dime a dozen, as my granny says. I lived there until I was 13 years old. CeeLo Street, changed name. Well, see, the Manson family went to Sharon Tate's house because they thought someone else lived there. I've researched it, but I forgot the name now. Someone that Manson was mad about over, music deal or something. Yeah, she was already sick. Because look, a normal person, even if you're in love, you're not going to be like offering up your sister as sacrifice or helping kidnap girls and raping them and murdering them. She participated a whole lot. Just like Ghislaine Maxwell. A dime a dozen is right. Yes, that's what my granny says. My granny always says, men are a dime a dozen, honey. He did plan to kill them. My name is in Carolina, whether it's north or south, you put tablets in her drink. I'm just reading the chat. Terry Melcher. I'm not familiar with that name. I don't think. Oh, yeah. Okay, Manson, yeah. I think that might have been it, Beach Bum. It took me a second to realize what that name was, whose name that was. Hey, Mary Wonson. Is that how you say it? Is it Wonson? I never could pronounce your name right. Hey, girls, good to see you. I've not seen you in a while. I've seen you in other chats. I don't chat a lot. Most of the only time I chat, maybe in Diane's stream. I might chat a little bit. I'm a channel member. I just like to use the emojis. Soccer Mom of One, have a great day. Have a great day. Thank you for coming in and chatting. I'm going to end this stream too and get off here and go rouse my son up out of bed. I got a few little chores for him to do. But anyways, I will see y'all Sunday morning for our channel members live stream on Sunday morning. And crap, I'm losing my train of thought. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, probably not this Saturday night, but the Saturday afternoon after this one. We are going to do an 80s trivia night for channel members. I'm going to try to be on camera. I'm going to advertise it this week. I'm going to try to figure out a time for it. Probably what I'll do is set the stream up as unlisted and share the link in community post. And if any of the moderators here on the channel are not channel members and you still want to be a part of the 80s trivia night, let me know, and I will give you a link to the stream after I set it up and figure out what time. But anyways, y'all have a blessed day. I love you. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for the super chats. I appreciate it. Love y'all. Peace. Be safe out there, as Will says.